Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full face of Rare Beauty, and I'm going to be going over my favorite products from her line and stuff I don't really care for in her line. Basically the best and worst according to me and my preferences. I think I have almost a full face except for powder. I've tried almost all of her products, and she actually just launched a few new things as well, so I will let you guys know my opinions on those. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start the video off with using one of her primers. This is their Always an Optimist Pore Diffusing Primer. She also has like a more radiant primer as well. I'm more oily, so I opted for this option. I just have a mini. I like that she has minis in some of her stuff. This is one of the newer products I've tried from her. This is one of the more recent products I've tried from her. I never really picked this up when it came out. It kind of feels like almost a silicone-like gel, which silicone primers do a pretty good job of blurring, but I find that personally they don't always keep me the most matte throughout the day. So personally, this is not a top favorite for me. I definitely have better primers out there, but it does get the job done. But I think I could probably get a similar effect using just a regular moisturizer, because when I am wanting a primer, I'm wanting it for long wear and I'm wanting it to mattify me and keep me from getting super oily throughout the day, and I don't really feel like this does the best job of that. So for me, this product just kind of hits in the middle for me. It's okay, it's not terrible. Is it necessary? Probably not for my makeup routine. Next, we will apply our foundation, which for this I'm going to be using her Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer with SPF 20. She does have two different foundations, so this is more of the skin tint. She also has a more medium coverage foundation that I have tried in the past and I didn't really love. I will say, again, her complexion products just kind of reach in the middle for me. It's fine, it works, and I like how it looks on the skin, but it's not my favorite skin tint because it doesn't really stay matte throughout the day. Like, this will get pretty greasy, so I think this one definitely works better for dry skin. But I absolutely love how it feels on the skin, and it's a pretty light tint, so you're not going to get much coverage out of this one, but if you just want something quick to throw on for every day, this is nice. Now I can definitely make this work better using my more mattifying primers like my Smashbox matte primer or my One Size. Then I can make this last without getting too oily, but especially paired with the Rare Beauty primer, which is supposed to be more of a matte finish, I just don't think it lasts that long. But yeah, you can see how it covers. You can definitely still see a lot of my acne spots, so it's not the most coverage. It's definitely a true tint. Now let's get into a product I've really been enjoying from the line. This is one of her new launches, and it's the All of the Above Weightless Eyeshadow Stick. I've been loving easy throw on eyeshadow sticks right now, especially for summertime. I just want a little something on my eyes, but I don't want to take 5 minutes to do a full eye look, so these are nice that you can just swipe on. This has the creamiest tip, I swear. It is so nice, just melts onto the eyes, and it actually offers quite a bit of pigmentation, where I find a lot of other eyeshadow sticks you put on and you start blending out and they almost blend to nothing, and it's so frustrating. So it's so hard to find a good eyeshadow stick that actually keeps the pigment, and this totally lasts all day. I've worn it all day in the hot sun and it did not budge, so I really like these, and they're definitely a top shadow stick pick in my collection. I've tried quite a few. I've tried the new Hourglass, I've tried the Laura Mercier ones, and the Milani, and these I think do perform the best for color payoff. I do like to put a little bit on my lower lash line too, so I actually am going to line underneath here and smudge it out with a brush. As you can see, it will blend out so easily, but doesn't blend completely away like most other shadow sticks do. Another new launch from Rare Beauty is their new eyeliners, and I was really excited about these as well because I'm always looking for a good long wear eyeliner, and I feel like so many eyeliners say they're long wearing, but then I find that that's not the case. So I actually picked this one up in True Brown, and these actually last so well. I love the formula of this. I am just going to go ahead and rim around the lash line here upper, and I will go down towards the lower lash line, but I just kind of like to smudge underneath there. And then using it on my waterline, I find that this is a formula that will not budge, but it's so creamy going on. I always love a good brown eyeliner. I just feel like it's the most natural looking, but I think it comes in black and brown. But yeah, you can see just how creamy this is, and it doesn't budge smudge all day long. I'm really impressed with the formula. Let's conceal a little bit. I do have two of the Rare Beauty concealing products, which this one kind of goes into my I really don't like this category, and this one's like okay. So this here is their under eye brightener. So I know it's not technically supposed to be a concealer, but I just don't think this does anything. So I have the shade Light. I like that it has this cool metal tip here. Let's just go ahead and apply it. I don't think it does much. It really has no coverage. I feel like my eye essentially looks the same, and you're supposed to use this on its own without any concealer, or you can use it with concealer, I suppose, but it's supposed to be very like natural. But this is too natural for me, where first of all, you're not even supposed to set this. It's supposed to be geared for those kind of no makeup days, but it needs to be set because otherwise my mascara smudges into it. So it's just not something I really feel like does much. You could still see the darkness in my eyes. Maybe it's a little bit better than this side, but it's not enough to justify it. I just want to use a regular concealer. So I am going to use the normal Rare Beauty concealer as well. I have the shade 160C. I don't think this really lasts very well on my eyes. It looks okay at first. It just starts kind of fading away pretty fast. And I do like something to be long wearing, but you know, it gets the job done. But like it only holds up, I would say, for maybe a 5-hour day, and most people I feel like typically have an 8-hour or 12-hour day. So it just doesn't look the most flattering. You can kind of see how dry it looks around my nose, and that it's already starting to break up a little bit. And I don't know, I wish it had maybe a little bit more coverage, but it's just not, it's not the greatest. It's not setting very nicely under the eyes. Now, one of my absolute favorite products from the brand is actually their mascara. They have such a good formula that's seriously like my number one and has been for years. I feel like it gives such good length and volume to the lashes, just a little bit of everything that I want, and it lasts all day with no smudging, even in the heat or a long day. It will not transfer, but it just makes the lashes look so good. If you haven't tried this one yet, I think it's a must. So there's the lashes. I feel like that makes such a huge difference. Next up is eyebrows, and I did pick up the new Rare Beauty brow pencil. It's called Brow Harmony Precision Pencil. I got the color Soft Blonde. It does have like a slanted tip applicator and a spoolie at the end, and I have used this one a couple times. I will tell you, I am very picky when it comes to brows. For me, I find this pencil to be a little too creamy. And I don't know, I guess I like something that's a little thinner, that I could do better brush-like strokes. But immediately, this one was just like really soft. But it's interesting because now that I have had this one for about, I would say it's been at least over a week, maybe a couple weeks, I do see that it is getting a little drier. So maybe that was just on initial opening. It's really creamy, and now it's had some time to sit, so it's definitely looking a little bit better than it was in the beginning, but it's definitely not as precise as like my Give Beauty that I always use, or my Benefit Precisely My Brow. So maybe if you get this one, open it up, try it out, let it sit for a couple weeks, and then come back to it, and it might work a little bit better, because I do think the brows look a lot nicer than when I did try them the first time. It was like too creamy that my brows just looked so thick, but I don't know, they don't look too bad right now, but I don't think they give the most natural appearance to the brows. It kind of fills them in heavily. Now this is another must-have from the brand in my opinion. It is their bronzer stick. I think this is one of the best bronzer formulas for cream. It is so blendable. I use the color Bright Side, which is one of their newer shades, and it's seriously the perfect neutral undertone. This is so creamy that you can go ahead and shape everything out that you want, and you can let it sit and it will still blend out. With some stuff, I feel like you have to work really, really fast. This one, you definitely don't. You can see how easy that was to blend it out, and it's just such a nice tone. So easy for every day. So this is definitely one of my must-haves from the brand. So good. Now Rare Beauty does have 2 blush options in the line, and I do prefer these guys, the liquid blushes. I know these are super viral. Everyone always talks about them because they're crazy pigmented. They also have their potted ones, which I have tried those, and I really do not like those because they do not last. Like, they are the most sheer. It is more of that cream formula while this is more liquid, but they literally blend to nothing. Like, I was pretty unimpressed with them. So for me, I prefer these liquid ones. They just offer a lot more pigment, and I find these are pretty easy to blend out as well. So if you want a fun, bright Barbie pink, I love the shade Happy. It's such a fun color, and you just need a couple dots of these to blend out. And it might look scary at first, but just keep blending. That took maybe like 3 seconds. So I find them pretty easy to use. I just prefer my blushes to have more pigment and last all day, while the cream ones that they had were just not it. So I'm so curious to see if they will come out maybe with a powder formula sometime. But for now, I have a few of these liquid blushes and I really love them. It's, again, kind of hard not to collect all the shades. I wish they would make some more minis in them because you really just don't use a lot of product because they are so pigmented. But just so pretty, and I find them really easy to work with. Now, if you have not tried these Rare Beauty powder highlights yet, you are missing out. I actually enjoy both of her highlight formulas. I have the powder and I have the liquid, and honestly, they're both so good. It's hard to pick a favorite. It just kind of depends what you're going for. Sometimes I'll use this more fall and winter since it is a liquid, but this will give you like the most natural lit from within kind of look. I use the shade Enlighten. Let me swatch it for you so you can get an idea. It's a gorgeous just pearl tone, but it's seriously stunning on the cheeks. That natural glow, beautiful. But if you want to amp it up a little bit, we got this guy, which is the Exhilarate powder highlight. I don't want to use that brush actually. Let me use this one. And this one is going to be such a pretty, more beaming highlighter. You can make it a little bit more natural if you want to. I don't usually go crazy on the highlighter these days, but this is such a soft formula. It almost feels like it turns into a cream going on the face. It's so beautiful. I kind of like to just throw this all over so we're glowing, but I love this color. This one's a little bit darker than the liquid one, so I have Exhilarate in the powder highlight, which I think is the second lightest shade. So next is lips, and Rare Beauty has a lot of lip products. I definitely have some favorites in the line though. She does have lip liners, which I do like these. She also has matte lipsticks, which do have fun packaging. I think the matte lipsticks they're okay. They're not my favorite in the line, but they're a decent formula. This one is in the color Worthy, which is just a nice kind of rosy mauve color. That's the only one I have. I just never repurchased because it's not my favorite lip formula, but it's okay. You can see here, it is a nice kind of rosy nude. My favorite lip formula from them is actually their Dewy Lip Balms. This is in the color Thankful. I think I might use this one today just to show you guys. These are a little bit more shiny, which I do prefer a shiny lipstick, so that's why I do like these a little bit more. They also have the Dewy Balms in like a gloss formula as well. I have this one in Nearly Petal, which these are a nice lip gloss too that do offer some color. So that one is Nearly Petal. It's a little more sheer. I haven't really tried any other colors. I got this one in one of the kits. And then I also have her lip oils, which they're technically a lip stain. I know these are very hit or miss with people, but I do enjoy these. I have never had like a weird issue or reaction or anything using them, but I do get annoyed with like the name. They kind of made them like a tinted lip oil to go with the hype, but it's definitely a lip stain, but it is beautiful. It gives you that sheer wash of color, and these come in some beautiful kind of mid-tone and deeper shades, which I think is awesome. So I actually like these if you are looking for something like a stain to last all day, but these dewy lipstick lip balm things are definitely the best. So let's go ahead and put these on, starting with the lip liner in the shade Talented. This is kind of a little bit more of a warmer nude, but these have a nice creamy formula and they are a twist up, so you don't have to sharpen, which is nice. So this is just kind of your nice everyday your lips but better color. And then we'll take our dewy lip balm in Thankful. It actually does match quite nicely. So that just feels ultra moisturizing and gives a little bit of a shine. Now, as I mentioned, I don't have the Rare Beauty setting powder, so I'm just setting with my one size matte powder to try and make this last as long as we can, since the skin tint does get pretty dewy. And to bring back in a little bit of glow, we're going to use the setting spray from them. This is the Always an Optimist 4-in-1 mist. It's supposed to be a glow boosting mist that hydrates, primes, sets, and refreshes. So it's supposed to do a little bit of everything. This isn't my favorite because I'm not a glowy girly. I use more of a matte setting spray, but it does bring some life back into the skin, and it would be nice if you do have dry or combo skin, I think. So here is our final look using a full face of Rare Beauty. I just feel like this is nice, quick, easy, throw in and go, everyday makeup. I think that's what she's really good at. Definitely she shines for me in the cheek product area and the lips. I will say I am liking these eye products as well, but I have never tried her eyeshadow palettes because I've always heard that those aren't the best, like from everyone. So for me, those have been a no-go, just based off of what I've heard and the formulas and stuff like that. But like these eyeshadow sticks, yes. The mascara, yes. Eyeliner, yes. So she definitely has some real wins in eyes as well. I think it's just the complexion stuff that doesn't work the best for me. Like the foundations, the concealers, the setting sprays. It's just not meant for oily skin. I don't think she has a ton of products that are more mattifying. I would love if she would expand that a little bit more. But yeah, those are mostly the things that I just didn't really care for from the line. It's mostly complexion and then a couple of the things that I mentioned during the video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful so you could kind of see an overview of the brand, since it is such a hyped brand. And even though it is so hyped, there is still some misses in the line and stuff that doesn't really perform as well as I would personally like. But there is some great things as well that I do think are worth it. And I feel like she has a really good price point with her stuff. Like even though it is high-end at Sephora, I feel like it's usually in the $20 range and is pretty affordable for a high-end product. So anyways, that's pretty much my thoughts. I'll have all of these products linked down below for you guys that we use. Let me know some of your Rare Beauty must-haves as well, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.